Welcome to the strange and wonderful. I am your host with the most, Creeple Courtney. You see, the regular Courtney, she went somewhere special tonight. Tonight, welcome to the show. Welcome, everybody. I'm new to this. Well, actually, I'm not new to this. Am I? I would say my new movie sucked, though. Jesus, what the fuck were they doing? Anyway, tonight we got a very special guest. We got a special guest in my hands of, I don't know how people work with monster gloves. I'm trying to get it all working and everything. Hang on. Okay. Well, tonight, I have a special guest tonight. This will be his second time appearing on the show. His name is Douglas Epps. He's a wonderful actor. He's had been in a lot of Todd Sheets horror films like Dreaming Purple Neon, Bonehill Road, Final Call, and the greatest one of all, Clownado. And he is going to be also featured in the fourth installment of Toons as the wonderful Dr.Carnage. And here we welcome Mr. Douglas Epps as me, as the creeper. And I gotta take these off. I can't. Here we go. Hello, how you doing?
Hey everyone.
Hi.
How's everyone doing? I know you can't answer me. That was a stupid freaking question. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I decided to dress up as my creeple. You know what? Well,
I love the outfit.
Thank you.
It looks really awesome.
I'm the creeper on the budget.
Aren't we all on a budget?
Yeah, I was gonna do the face
Except for
thing,
Terrifier.
but
I didn't think they need a budget anymore.
yeah, that budget was a little higher than usual. These are my little hands. But yeah, I'm gonna go full on creep. I'm gonna go on full on creeper. I'm gonna be a mistress creeper.
You're breaking up again.
Oh, hang on. We're good.
I can't hear you. You're frozen.
Hang on.
There.
Hang on.
Just kind of statuesque.
Damn. Okay, can you still hear me now? No.
Oh, there you go. Oh, you're going.
Okay. Hello. Yes, I usually have a co-host, Michael Zen, but lately he had been letting me go solo for a while, as you could tell. And we had lost Doug. Great. So how y'all been tonight? How y'all folks? Are y'all ready for Halloween? Because tonight I'm going to be Mistress Creeple. I'm going to do the full makeup and everything. I'm not going to be lazy Creeple. Okay. Hold up. Let's see what's going on. Oh, hang on. Okay, let's move y'all. At you, and you're back.
Hey, I can hear you now.
I don't know what is going on. Okay, there we go.
Take this off.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
It happens.
Yeah. So, hello, welcome back, Mr. Doug and Miss Sheila. How you doing tonight?
Hi.
We're good. It's awesome to be here again.
Yeah. Okay, so y'all been doing all right and everything?
You're frozen again.
What's that?
You're freezing up again.
Ah. Why my Wi-Fi go mess up tonight? No. Hang on. I'll be right back. Let me see if I can get this fixed.
Okay. I believe in you. So, hi everyone. Is there anyone? I'm in the show. Everyone can see and hear you. Okay, then. Hi everyone. Gonna talk about some. Gonna talk about some fun things tonight.
Okay, we're good.
You're still breaking up. You're still choppy. You're just sort of frozen there right now.
Yeah, I don't know how to fix it. This never happens to me. Hang on. Stop my avatar. I could remove myself and bring myself back. Hang on. Let me try this. Be right back. Leave.
Oh, it's back to me. Hi everyone. Again, gonna talk about some fun stuff. A werewolf, a giant spider, a room full of voices, a possessed pop machine,
a tornado,
an alien boss, UFOs downtown, planes crashing. So much to talk about. Sorry.
I hope this works. Yes,
Oh.
am I back?
Maybe. Let's hope so. Fingers crossed. You're froze again.
Ah,
oh no.
the Wi-Fi. No.
I can't hear you, but you froze in a good pose. Magic.
Can you hear me now?
No. You're still frozen in the same pose, and you're very choppy.
Oh man. Man, why my Wi-Fi got act up tonight? What is going on?
Would you like to reschedule for a different night? Maybe you'll have better Wi-Fi.
I think we could pull true tonight. Let me see.
I can't hear you.
Ah.
You're still like the... Hey, there you are.
Okay.
Frozen again.
Come on, work with me, Wi-Fi. Due to technical errors, I do apologize, folks. Our Wi-Fi has been choppy today. Not disconnect. Come on. Oh no. Okay, move that. Okay,
Ooh, I think
are we good? Oh no, okay, my Wi-Fi is working now, so she should be good. Can anybody hear me? Okay.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Ah. My goodness. It's like it's something on your end because everybody else can hear me.
Everything's moving on the screen but you.
Yeah, it's probably Wi-Fi.
I don't know if you can... I'm not sure if you can hear me.
Yeah. Hang on. Here's Michael.
Hey there. What's happening, Doug?
We're having Wi-Fi issues.
I'm not sure if you can hear me.
Hang on. Because he's having Wi-Fi issues on his end.
Courtney, I can see you. I can hear you. I'm fine. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, so I didn't have my studio set up. I'm doing work tonight, but
oh no, I know. Sorry. I didn't mean to remove you. Okay, let's see if that works now.
Hey there. How you doing, Doug? Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Okay, I can hear him.
I don't know if he can see us. I think he might be having some
yeah, I
Wi-Fi.
think he'd be having some.
Doug, are you there? Can you hear me? Hello, hello.
Doug. Doug, are you there?
Hey. Oh, it looks like I see.
I think he's
see.
frozen up.
Oh yeah, they're frozen. Hey, Doug, can you hear me?
Can you
Are
hear
you
us?
there? This strange and wonderful land of Wi-Fi.
Yep. It isn't one thing, it's another.
So you know what, Courtney? I actually I was popping
They
on
can
and
hear
off.
each other.
Hey,
Looks
there
like
he
they
is.
can hear each other.
I can hear you now.
We
Can you hear me, Doug?
Can
I
you
just
hear
can't hear
us?
them.
I see Stefan out there.
Ah,
Stefan seeing everybody. I can see everybody. So yeah, I think the transmission is going out. Everyone can see everybody, but not everybody in the show can see each other and hear each other. I can hear you.
yeah,
You
I
can
can
hear
hear you
me.
too.
I think Doug and Sheila
Hi,
are on it.
Michael.
Hey, what's happening? Can you
Ooh,
hear us?
now you're both frozen.
Oh,
Ah,
yeah. So that's Doug's phone probably,
oh,
because I'm seeing you pretty well. But anyway, yeah, I'm super busy, so I wasn't going to be able to pop on, but I saw you were having some trouble, so I wanted to jump in and save you. But I think Doug is having some issues, so
yeah,
why don't you tell him that you'll reschedule,
yeah,
and that he should also check his Wi-Fi.
yeah. Okay. I
Because
don't know if you can hear us. Doug, can you hear us?
no, I don't think he can hear us.
Yeah, I can right now.
Oh,
Okay.
hey,
Hey.
what's happening?
Oh, same thing, different day. I think.
It seems like both you and Courtney are
Meeting
having
up again.
some Wi-Fi issues.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna see if I could comment to him in the private
Does that
chat.
help?
Yeah.
That is not helping.
No, it's not.
I could try to restart my phone and see if that helps.
Yeah. So restart your phone. Yes. I'm gonna shake my head. Yes.
Okay.
Try it.
I'll be back.
Okay.
I'll be back. Potentially.
So anyway, yeah, that's the trials and the tribulations of the internet and technology, and depending on it for what you do, because basically when you put a show together, you're depending on the internet, to be working right. So but how are you doing, Courtney?
I've been doing good. I decided to dress up as my lazy creeple from the
I
TikTok
loved your
I did.
intro. I thought it was awesome. You were like in character. It was great. And then all of a sudden you slipped out of character because you had your gloves on and you couldn't type.
I know, cause look at these. They're so fake.
I can't imagine trying to type in those things.
I gotta take them off.
So I've been busy at work and busy. The reason I've kind of let you fly solo is just my work has been getting crazy, and also the Fool's Journey on Mondays. But I have this big, huge event tomorrow night that I'm actually going to be at Ohika Castle, which is this like big castle on Long Island.
Oh.
And it's like a Gatsby style ball.
Oh,
so I'm excited for that. But I told them I had to do my broadcast at 9:00, so I'm going into the library at 9:00. I'm going to do my broadcast from there, so I'm kind of excited.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I've been doing okay other than technical issues right now and everything.
Yeah.
And people are just probably wondering what's going on. It's like
no, you're doing great with the show. I'm really happy that it's like I feel like I'm a proud papa, So you're excited. It's your season. It's Halloween, right?
I know it's my season. I'm so excited, but I felt kind of out of mood because for some reason I didn't want to call up a pumpkin, and I always call a pumpkin, and I was like, why I don't want to call a pumpkin this year?
Hey, if you're not feeling it, don't force it. You know what I mean? Stefan saying you're doing great, and I gotta
thank you, Stefan.
I gotta agree, Stefan.
Yes.
I have another friend called Stefan, so I always say Steph. But yeah, man, life has been crazy, and busy. There they are. Let them back in.
Okay, let's see what happens.
See how we're doing. What's up, Doug?
You are still
Yes,
choppy. Let me try maybe a different. Let me try a different location in the house.
Yeah, that might work. I think it's Wi-Fi. You in a basement?
No, I'm in my bedroom.
Oh.
Sometimes that happens to my Wi-Fi, especially when it's like storm. Is it storming outside?
No.
Wow. Yeah, we see and hear you
Okay,
fine.
so I'm going to Okay, so how about now?
Yeah, we see and hear you fine. It's just us on your end.
Okay, it looks like this is the way to go.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. So you can hear us now. You can see us.
Yes, but I've got dogs all over me.
You got dogs all over you?
Yeah.
Here comes Sheila.
Put them in the room, darling. Okay, we'll get all this resolved in just a second. How is everyone doing over there? I can actually hear you now.
That's awesome. Yeah, and we can hear you, and everything looks good. So that's great.
Oh my goodness.
Good.
Because I was like, shit, it's happening again, like with Todd Sheets. No, something's on my end.
So, Doug, I'd love it. I don't know if you've got your phone set locked, but if you could turn it sideways, that would you'd match with us.
There we go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, living the dream. How are you?
Also living the dream. At the moment, it's a little bit of a nightmare, but technology is we seem to wrangle it on controls a little bit. So
I'm surviving.
Dreams and nightmares too.
That's right. It's totally right. So you've been busy, huh?
No, well, I mean, not really.
Well, maybe you had already filmed it, but you got some new stuff that's out in public, I think, right? Or is it not out?
Well, we got Final Caller that just came out not too long ago, and Toons 4 is getting ready to come out.
That's the one I'm waiting
so excited for that film.
That's the one I'm waiting.
I can't wait to see Toons 4. I'll be completely honest with you.
I want to see you act like Dr.Carnage. I'm like,
Go away, boys.
But you were not kidding about that new design of Dr.Carnage. I was like, oh, Dr. Carnage been through some hell. Oh my goodness, what happened to him?
Yeah. Joe really did some redesigning on that one.
I gotta say, Bell designed
all the designs that he had for it.
Yeah.
And then the process that he went through to make it and everything like that. It's just amazing.
Yeah, he was amazing to talk to. And his work is just totally phenomenal. It's like, he's like real old school and like really embedded right in the whole vibe of it all. So that's
I like
awesome.
it how he pretty much he taught himself how to do it. He didn't go to school or anything. He just did it all by himself.
He just got in there and got in there. And my God, has the man had an amazing career.
Totally.
I know. I was like, shit, this is amazing.
He's been around so many of the people that I've only seen on TV and I would just die to meet. He's actually worked with them.
Yeah. I think we also had talked about another guy very similar to him, Balsamo.
Was it
James?
Balsamo?
Yeah, James Balsamo. I mean, he's also the kind of filmmaker who is just like, you know what? I'm gonna see who wants to do a cameo in my film, and I'm just gonna reach out to them, and he ends up getting so many people involved in his work and doing so much cool stuff.
James is a fun dude. I mean, he just has a lot of fun ideas, and it really looks like it. He really looks like he has a fun set to be on. I'll be honest with you. I'd love to go on his set and do something with him because it just looks like it has a really great vibe. And to me, when I'm working, that's important, is to have a good vibe on the set. And
totally,
because I've heard some horror stories. I haven't been in any horror stories on sets yet, but I have heard the horror stories, and
right.
past.
Yeah, I've heard some horror stories too, and
Yeah.
fortunately for me, my experience has always been really good because for me, the whole idea of the independent film genre and being on a set like that is that nobody's getting paid enough to not really there because they want to. You know what I mean? Everybody's there because they want to be there, and that's really adds to the whole vibe. Outside of those nightmare stories where maybe there's some mistreating going on or something.
Right.
Am I breaking up now? It looks like I'm breaking up.
Yeah, now you're breaking up on
breaking
us.
Just a little bit.
You're breaking up on us again. No, why
right,
are you waking up with
back.
me, Michael? Why?
No.
Michael, I thought we had something special.
You and the creeper, Michael.
Oh, come back, Michael.
I believe in him.
That was Michael. He might be coming back. Who knows? Oh, he's popping right back in. Or add him. Right, okay. I didn't have to add him.
I'm back.
My whole monster crumb.
Nope, I'm still.
No.
Not better. Hold on. Yeah, not better. Still frozen. Damn.
Looks good to me.
It looks good to me.
Yeah, you're moving.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. I see myself. Like
You're just a little breaking up, but we can deal with it.
Yeah, a little choppy, but it's fine. At least I can hear you this time. Jeez, I mean,
I know we finally made it. I'm like, oh, we
before I'm
did
like,
it.
well, they can hear each other. There's got to be something wrong on my end.
So I would love to hear you promote for the new Toons. Tell us everything that you're allowed to tell us, and also just kind of your personal point of view and excitement about it.
Well, you was breaking up a little bit there, but I think I got the gist of it. I mean, in Toons 4, I bring the origin of Dr. Carnage to life, and I'm so excited about that. This is probably my favorite character to have played. I'm not even gonna lie. You can even take the word probably out of there because this is so cool to be a monster, and not just any monster, a monster with 20 years of history. Dr. Carnage. I mean, come on.
Totally.
When Joe gave me the call, and I had no idea. When he called me and said that he wanted me for Dr. Carnage, it just blew me away. I had talked to Joe about him doing monster makeup on me, but I figured it'd be me coming out on Halloween and him and I walking down Hollywood Boulevard half naked as monsters together. But
Yeah,
instead, he ends up asking me to help bring the origin of Dr. Carnage to life, and I could not be more honored. I mean, wow.
Cool.
I mean, this is a real horror icon that I get to be a part of, and that's just freaking amazing. To me, this is every bit the honor of being asked to play Freddy Krueger or Jason. Dr. Carnage has history. Dr. Carnage has, obviously, we know, fans. And it's just amazing to get to be a part of the Toons experience. So amazing.
That's awesome.
Did that answer?
Yeah,
Totally. Yeah, totally. Am I back? Am I good? I feel like I'm back.
Yeah,
you're
still looking good.
So,
I don't know. This was a strange thing that happened in my head one time because I was thinking, like, is Dr. Carnage and Max Assassin in a romantic relationship? And then Doug's like, no, they're not in a relationship. I'm like, well, I thought they was because it's based on Joe Castro and his husband.
Max is a lackey, a slave. Max is the underling to do Dr. Carnage's bidding.
Damn, Joe, why are you treating your husband like a slave?
I gotta say,
he is Carnage's right-hand man, but everyone is under Carnage. So when I was playing Dr. Carnage, I was pulled off to the side and told, when you play Dr. Carnage, you have to walk in there like you've got the biggest dick in the room. You are the big monster. You gotta act like the big monster. So okay. So from that point on, I guess I treated it a little bit differently.
You grew your dick and stepped up to the plate.
Exactly.
Nice.
Exactly.
Doug, I gotta say that's one of the things I really enjoyed about the last time I spoke to you, is just your passion for your craft and just your appreciation even for, I mean, Terror Toons and everything you said about the honor of bringing the origin of Dr. Carnage to the screen. You know, I mean, there's not a lot of people who would look at it that way. So I think, you know, Joe's very lucky to have just met the right vibration and put it into action and manifested the whole thing. I can't wait to see it.
Anyone would have jumped it. There were so many people foaming at the mouth to, or frothing at the bit to, chomping at the bit. That's what I'm looking for. Chomping at the bit to play the role of Dr. Carnage. One of them even unfriended me. So.
Oh man, wow. Yeah, and you know what? I didn't mean to like minimize it like that, but I'm saying like, you know, the genre it's like a niche genre. You know what I mean? So I guess as much as I'm saying that, there are definitely that same crowd that would chomp at the bit to do it. And I'm surprised to hear that story that somebody unfriended you because you actually got the part.
Well, it's just so amazing that I got to play the part of Dr. Carnage, because Joe could have chosen anyone. Joe could have chosen people with actual names behind them. Right. And yeah, as Dr. Carnage has really boosted me up there by me having been him. So yeah.
That's awesome. But you had a good working relationship with Joe, right? You did a lot. You've done a lot.
I love Joe. Yeah. Oh,
me too.
Joe's my friend. Joe's my brother.
Yeah.
He's a wonderful guy. You should see Joe's energy on set. He's fun to watch. I mean, he just gets into his work and yeah, he's just so much fun to watch.
Yeah. Again, that's awesome. And that's really what I mean, is that vibration of you, that reflection of each other that you guys see in each other. You know what I mean? Because you're probably just as much fun to watch doing what you do. You know what I mean, on your end. So I'll just say that. I'm just imagining.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I
Very
certainly
cool.
hope so.
Yeah. So you know, I just kind of jumped in. I've been so busy doing work, and like Courtney was saying earlier, I really started this show with her, for her. You know, it was her idea. It's been such an amazing ride. I know you're a fan of the show. I totally appreciate you always being there to support it. And you know, really, I think it's important what Courtney's doing, you know, which is the same thing that I was doing with the live stream of consciousness. You know, it's like a certain interest that you have that you just want to kind of put your energy into and spread the word, you know, and that's what Courtney's doing with this show. And it's really expanded my mind. It's put me in touch with people like you. So, you know, thanks for being here and dealing with the technical issues and all of that stuff.
I think it's a wonderful show. I mean, it's the variety of guests that you have. I mean, you just never know who or what is going to be on the show. I mean, it's a pretty awesome show.
That's why I keep it as a surprise. You might have your average Joe. You might have a clown. You might have a movie.
Yeah, totally.
But they all have something in common.
And Courtney, you just got a great soundbite from Doug that you could edit out and that little bit where he's talking about the show and how great it is. That's awesome. You can use that for some promotion.
I had to go back and edit and like take it out.
So I do remember you had Sheila kind of on the show a little bit last time. How you doing, Sheila?
Hi, I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. These are my happy moments, doing this kind of stuff, talking to people, just, you know, putting it out there for other people to see. It's all good. But you came along for a reason, I'm sure, right? You came along for the ride for a reason. What have you got to say? What have you been up to? Have you been acting in any of these movies, or are you just a big fan?
Yeah, I was in Terror Toons 4 also.
Oh,
okay.
I was supposed to be sitting next to Cleve Hall and working with him in a scene, but unfortunately he passed.
Oh.
So, and that was just a couple days before we started shooting.
Oh, wow.
I had a small cannibal part in the movie.
Okay.
And I loved being there. I sit back and I watched the whole thing happen, and it was like magic.
Mm-hmm.
Joe and Steven, they are a team. They are a hell of a team. They both had so much energy, and they put their heads together, and they work so well together. And I am looking so forward to seeing this premiere. Oh, I can't wait.
When is the premiere, and where is it? Where can our audience find it?
Well, the main premiere is going to happen in Hollywood.
Yes.
On November 11th.
Cool.
Yes.
Chinese Grumman Theater or something like that, or
I do not have the name of the theater in front of me, but it's a really nice theater from what I've heard.
okay. Well, I know there's a couple of like famous theaters that people premiere their films at specifically, so I thought that might be what was.
I'm sure the Chinese theater is chomping at the bit to get Terror Toons. But, Joe's got a lot of options he's got to weigh out first, and Chinese theater may just have to wait. I'm sorry. Contact Joe Castro, and he'll see what he can do for you.
Contact him on his website, joecastrospecialeffects.com.
Awesome. So did you say when that was happening? When is that happening?
November 11th. My
November
birthday.
11th. Oh, nice. Awesome. Your birthday's coming up. Happy birthday. Mine's coming up this weekend too.
My birthday's on November 13th.
Oh, look at that.
Ooh, go Scorpions.
Yeah, nice.
October 30th.
Nice.
You
Awesome.
should come out to Hollywood or you should go out to Hollywood for the premiere of Terror Toons.
I wish I can, but I don't live anywhere near Hollywood. I wish there was teleportation, so I'm like, boop, I'm here. Yes.
I wouldn't teleport, and I will tell you why I wouldn't teleport. You could never convince me that when you teleport me over there, you're not killing me and making a copy that goes around thinking it was the original me.
Interesting.
You'll never convince me of that. And what if the more that copy teleports? If you take a copy of a copy of a copy, like in the movie Multiplicity, how it keeps getting dumber and dumber and dumber. What if the more that asshole jumps around and being you gets dumber and dumber and dumber, and before long he's on the news like, "Hi, I don't know. I like fire. Gee."
Wow, I totally forgot about that movie. That's hysterical.
Me, I'm awful teleportation. I
like pizza, Steve.
That's such a great movie.
I'm a dolphin.
Listen, you know what? Those are the kinds of conversations that we have on the live stream of consciousness, and every time you teleport, maybe you're actually jumping into a different multiverse, and it's not even the same you. You're actually left behind on the universe you came from. But who knows? Who knows the answer?
I think that every time somebody teleports, they lose a piece of themselves.
Well, since no one's teleporting yet.
That we know of in this universe.
Yeah.
That's true.
I mean, all of these things that I don't know. Listen, if we want to get into that kind of conversation, we should move it over to the other show. But I think that there's some sort of,
hey, I gotta bring Doug on live stream and consciousness.
Yeah, I feel like there is some sort of veil that's going to be lifted. What's behind it? Reptilian.
Well, I mean,
alternate dimensions. Who knows?
We are on the cusp of some really exciting stuff with the UFOs that are flying around. I mean, the government's telling you that they're real, not me. The government is coming out and saying that these things are real. They're in the air. There's so many of them that they're afraid that it's going to bring down a passenger plane, or they're going to have a collision with the Air Force or the Navy with these things. Mm-hmm. So we're in pretty remarkable times. It's like, where are these things from? Are they part of us? Have they always been here? Is it another bipedal species that has been here all along? Was Atlantis real? And maybe Atlantis just sank and went. Maybe it was a giant spaceship and it just went back down. Maybe Stargate got it right.
I love it. I love all of these conversations. You want to start a new show?
Absolutely. Let's do this.
It's so great. It's so great to just kind of at least be open-minded enough to say the stuff like semi-jestfully and be like, well, you never really know. What's really interesting is I'm a little bit nervous. Well, I'm actually not. I'm more excited than anything. But I have a friend who has a show, and he had Flat Earth Dave on his show.
Oh, for
And Flat Earth
sake.
Dave is one of the biggest flat Earth experts. I don't know what you would call what you would even call that. But he's a guy who professes that the Earth is flat, right? And he's
Okay,
pretty
so
famous.
here's the thing about.
I don't want to get into a flat Earth conversation. Okay.
No.
We're originally here for spooky stories.
The flat earthers made a documentary, and in that documentary, they inadvertently proved that the Earth had curvature. And I am completely at peace with their science. So the flat earthers I'm at peace with their science. They did prove that the Earth has curvature, and good job, boys. I mean,
Right.
so what's more to be said? They proved it themselves.
Right. Well, so the truth of the matter is, I'm not really interested in having a conversation with him about anything about the Earth being flat, because I just, no pun intended, I can't wrap my head around that. Right. It just that doesn't make any sense to me. However, like I was saying, believing that there's some sort of veil that's about to be lifted, and believing in a lot of the things you just mentioned, alternate dimensions and spirits and ghosts. If I believe in that, I'm believing in some things that, are outside of what's real, right? So I'm trying to find some common ground with him. I actually got the chance to ask him if he had spiritual beliefs at all. And he did say, he's like, I believe that we have a soul. I believe that that's our eternal essence is our soul. So that's something outside of this human essence. And that this existence as human is just a school. So whether it's flat or round, we stand on a common ground there. You know what I mean?
I kind of believe this. Yeah, I kind of believe the same things there. I believe that I chose this existence. This is what I chose for myself, and I'm living out this existence until I'm done with it, and then we'll see where I go from there. But I have no intentions of, when I die, just fading into nothingness. I've got plans.
I love that. That's awesome.
After I die, I've got lots of plans. I'm going to see the cosmos and stuff out there I want to see.
And you know what? That's all you need is intention. It's just a thought. It's just energy, and that's all you need.
Energy doesn't die. Energy transfers into something else.
There you go. So those are the conversations that I'm interested in. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna see if I could get Flat Earth Dave to just talk about more common ground, basic ideas that we do have in common. Because honestly, I'm about science fiction and this and that and the other thing, but I'm all about love and that we're all connected and we all come from one thing, right? So
we don't act like it.
We don't act like it. No, we certainly don't.
Yeah.
But that's why I want to create an opportunity for myself to have a conversation with this guy. And if you look him up on YouTube, on the internet, you will find him on shows just fighting with people like, you're an idiot. No, you're an idiot. No, you're an idiot. No, you're an idiot. And it's just like, I'm not interested in that. I want to be like, dude, I love you. You could believe the Earth is flat, but to me, that's just a metaphor for whatever I believe. You know what I mean? It's just your perception of it, and
I really think the flat Earth concept is certainly a fun science fiction-y concept. But if the flat earthers hadn't already ruined it for me with their documentary and proving that the Earth had curvature, I would be willing to entertain the thought that we was like a snow globe floating in space of some alien science project, which we may still be an alien science project. I'm not taking that off the table.
Right.
We're a globe. We're a global science experiment, not a flat. I also love how flat earthers say that there's flat earthers all around the globe. I mean, come on, guys.
I love that saying. That's a great saying. But let me challenge you, Doug, on what you're saying, because this is great. I love this conversation. Quantum physics, right, and science now is approaching some of these concepts. And in quantum physics, they talk about reality is based on the observer, right? And reality is probably, what they're saying, based on your thought, and there is no actual physical existence, that we're just thinking that there is and experiencing that it is, because our brains are so powerful to make us believe that, like a simulation, quote unquote, right?
That would be messed up, because that would mean that this conversation isn't real, and you're not real, but I'm real apparently, or at least I think I'm real. I mean, if I was a program, I could think I was real, and yeah, we can go there. We can have this conversation.
But that's what I'm saying. All I'm saying,
I am not sure that we are in. Okay, here's one thing that I will say. I don't think this is what everyone else thinks it is. I don't know what the whole deal with the universe is, but there's a lot more to this than we know. There's a lot more.
So we're on the same page with that. And all I want to say is, if you believe that, then why the hell hold on to the idea? Well, no, the Earth is round. The Earth is, like, there is no freaking Earth. There is no spoon. You know what I mean? There is no spoon.
Well, I mean,
do we even exist?
That's
a good question.
That could lead to melancholy, thinking of life like that. I mean,
well, no.
What purpose would you have?
I still feel like at that point, if you're thought, there's still choice, right? So certainly I could be like, well, if this isn't real, then this kind of sucks. Or I could be like, wow, I would love to see what kind of powers I have in my brain to make this reality anything I want it to be. You know what I mean? You could
I've
look
already
at it that way. It's like,
I've literally tried that for hours, and it hasn't worked for me. I haven't been able to bend spoons.
Yeah, well, listen, they have all sorts of like substances that you can ingest and different kinds of ways that you can try those things, and people have been trying that for decades. So, listen, one day we'll figure it out.
You will eat people.
What's that?
If you try Flocka with that Florida drug, you'll eat people.
Oh my God, yeah, that stuff is scary. I saw some videos of those people. They don't even seem like they're on the planet. They're like in a different place,
Right? I don't know how you promote that drug. Hey, look at this. I mean, once you see someone on that drug, you would think, no, I'm not doing that drug. But
right? You would think.
Then you got Crocodile over in Russia. Have you heard of that one?
I thought that was a variation of the same thing, no?
No, Crocodile is not like Flocka. Flocka, Crocodile you shoot up, Flocka you snort. I'm pretty sure. I've never done either one of them, but to my knowledge, Crocodile is like a methamphetamine type thing.
Crocodile will eat you, it says.
Yes.
Plastic Citizen is saying,
like
and Crocodile will eat you. Oh, is that where your skin starts to like?
Yes. How in the hell does a drug dealer promote that idea? Here's this drug. It's half the price of heroin, but it's going to eat your arm or your leg or wherever you inject it. But it's half the price of heroin.
Right.
I'm good.
Oh my God. You said it earlier. The world is
story.
Yeah, the world is screwed up, man. Nobody is in their right mind right now, except us right here.
I love our screwed up planet.
Yeah.
I mean, people call me crazy all the time, but I just embrace it.
Awesome.
So, do you want to hear my ghost story?
What's that?
You want to hear my ghost story?
Yes, that's what we originally here for, the group time ghost story time.
Well, actually, I've got lots of weird paranormal stories. Oh, I can't wait to hear them. I collect people's paranormal stories.
Nice.
I've got stories of spiders, werewolves, alien, intergalactic wars. That was one of them. Wow. I've got my own stories.
You have people submit them to you? Is there an email address you want me to pop up on the screen?
No, no one ever submits them to me though. Douglas Epps 504 at gmail.com if you want to send me your strange stories, because I do love hearing them.
I mean, I got a couple.
Awesome! I can't wait to hear them.
There you go.
I mean, would you like to go first, or do you want me to go first, or Michael? Do you got your own personal paranormal stories?
I'm here to listen, learn, and expand my own brain. So I don't want to. I'd rather listen than talk right now.
Ladies first, then.
Okay. Well, I have two stories that happened to me personally. This
Oh.
one happened to me recently when I went to my sister's graduation. We went to Baton Rouge, and then we went to New Orleans to celebrate her graduating from high school. Okay, we went to Walmart. We bought like a 24 pack. Oh no, I don't think it was 24 pack. Maybe a 12 pack. I can't remember if it was a 12 pack or a 24 pack of orange soda, but we bought that and we brought it to the hotel room. There was nobody in the hotel at all. It was just me and Noel. No housekeeper, nothing. And we went to bed. The next day, my sister woke me up and be like, "Hey, Courtney, did you drink half the sodas last night?" I'm like, "No, why would I drink half the sodas last night?" Well, half of them are gone. So a ghost stole our orange soda.
Wow.
Or I've seen enough horror stories to spin this a different way. You was in one of those creepy hotels where those redneck some bitches from the backwoods are watching you from the hills have eyes, or watching you through the ceiling up there, and as soon as you fall asleep, they like creep in, and they're probably, if you look on your phone, you'll probably find a video of you on your phone where they're
Jesus.
picking up the phone and videoing you while you're asleep.
We were at like a 4-star hotel, so I don't think it was like that. But again,
Oh, that's
it
hysterical.
could happen.
Hey, man, people die in expensive hotels too, or
So
well, that
yeah,
was
and they stole our orange soda.
dun dun dun.
Awesome. All
You're
right.
like
So,
a probably a ghost.
so Doug, tell us your story.
Okay, here's my ghost story. Okay, I was 17 years old. I was in my room, in bed, getting ready to go to sleep. And I'm just laying in bed, and the room fills up with voices, like 100 voices going at one time, just whispering in my ear. And I like freak out. I don't freak out, but I'm a 17-year-old boy, and I'm tough, and I can handle anything. So I just grab my blanket and I roll over, and I turn to face the wall. And as soon as I do, and as soon as I think, I didn't just hear that. As soon as that thought finishes, the room fills up with voices again, like 100 whispers talking.
Not a specific word, just like a almost like noise.
Yeah, I couldn't pick out any specific words. It just sounded like a whole bunch of people just whispering.
Yeah, I like their sound effects.
Yeah. So I'm 17 and I'm a tough guy. So as calmly as I can, I grab my blanket and I grab my pillow and I go into the front room and I close my bedroom door and I call the dogs in there. So at this point, I'm close enough to the front door that if shit starts floating around the house, I can be boom out the front door. And I go back to sleep. Boom, or I go to sleep. Boom. Around 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm woke up by something crawling across my chest. Now, once again, I'm a 17-year-old kid. So once I was out, it was like lights out. So I feel something go crawling across my chest. I grab it. Go back. The next morning, I wake up. I go into my bedroom. I had this gerbil cage that had a dual top. You had to twist both sides of the top to get it off. It was twisted off, and it had collapsed inside the cage, and my gerbil had managed to come out of the cage, under the door, through the hallway, into the front room, and onto
your chest. Wow.
Where I promptly threw it off, and my dog was a mouser, and she promptly killed my gerbil while I was asleep.
Oh my God.
Whip gerbil, rest in peace.
Yeah, and here's where it gets creepier. Okay, so my room had this staircase that almost went straight up. It was a very creepy staircase. It wasn't even. It was built with odd sizes of steps, and this room led to the attic. And up in the attic, there was this kid. The house had been used to house like a boys' home type thing by that this drug dealing biker was in charge of, if you can
Whoa.
believe that. Yeah, a drug dealing biker was running a boys' home. So the boys' home was a front. He also did these tent revivals. If that tells you what kind of person this guy is. So he does these tent revivals, and he's very religious supposedly, as he deals drugs to children. But yeah. So there's this kid that's one of his kids that's living with him is dating my sister, and that's how we all got tied up in this. So he's dating my sister, and she says that at one point he lived up in the attic. That room had the access to. And she said at one time he went up there and was performing a satanic ritual in front of her, and he swallowed needles and his eyes rolled back in his head, and he was saying weird shit.
Oh my God.
Now, yeah, I don't know how I don't know what that kid brought into the house, but something was in that house.
You sensed it. Wow, that's crazy. You experienced it.
Oh man! After that,
that's crazy.
The only way that I could keep my sanity in that house was to just literally confront it. So I literally stood in my hallway one day and said, "Look here, ghost. If you try to fuck with me, I'm going to learn how to exorcise you and blah, 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 blah." Seriously.
You threatened them.
I threatened the ghost or a demon or whatever the hell it was. Yeah, I threatened that sumbitch because, by God, I'm 17 and I'll kick your ass.
That's awesome. I love that. How come we've never seen that in a movie? That's definitely a scene in a movie right there.
I mean, yeah.
I think my baby's got a good story.
I know I had this one thing happen to me. Okay, I can't remember if I was 12 or 13, but it's when Michael Jackson died. And I was secretly a huge fan. And I remember finding out his death when MTV was playing all his music videos. And I'm like, oh my God, they're playing Michael Jackson. This is fucking awesome. Kid me was thinking. And then they said, rest in peace, Michael Jackson. I'm like, what? He died? What the hell? So the next night, I was in my room, asleep, and I had this pink guitar right next to my desk. I started hearing the guitar going dun 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 dun. I was like, Michael, go home. You go home, Michael. And he went home. Believing that I got bit by Michael Jackson's ghost, but like, no. Why would he stop if it wasn't him?
Why were you scared? You should have asked him to play some music.
I know, but Kid Me was like, no, Michael, you go home.
I'm bad.
So did you say Sheila?
He's like, I want to visit my fan. That was in denial about me.
You want to tell us your story? Tell us your story.
Sure. I remember
we're telling ghost stories.
Yeah. Back whenever I was a kid, the very first time I ever saw anything, I was 7 when my dad died. And about a week after that, my mom had asked myself and my sister if we could take some laundry back into her room and set it on her bed. So we did. We carried it back. We set it on the bed, and we didn't turn on the bedroom light. We just figured we'd just lay it down and get out. Well, we set it down and we turn around, and there's a pair of eyes on her dresser.
Nope.
And we looked around the room. There were the curtains. They were the blackout curtains. No light coming in whatsoever. But there was 2 eyes. They were shaped like this on my mom's dresser. So we ran out. We got my mom. She come back there and she looked at them, and she told us that about 2 days after my dad had died, she was laying in bed, and her bed looked down the hallway into the living room. And she said that she saw a light, and it started coming down the hallway. And as it came down the hallway, it got bigger and bigger. And she said she got scared. So she closed her eyes and put the covers over her head. And whenever she pulled the covers back down and looked around, she said at the foot of the bed on each side was a light. And she said that she suddenly felt at peace and went to sleep. And after my dad had died, there was a lot of things would be moved around. or, you know, we could close a window and it would suddenly be open again. And
Wow.
it just weird things started happening. But we always knew that my dad was still there.
I
My
was going to
dad
say
knew
that was always attributed to your dad. Wow, that's great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because no harm ever came to us. I mean,
Mhm.
it freaked us out, but we always felt at ease. You know, anytime that we noticed anything off, we always
Mhm.
felt at ease. We
Mhm.
felt like my dad was still there. He built that house,
Mhm. Mhm.
and he
Interesting.
was a good man. He was a very good man.
Interesting. It's interesting you say that because based on what we were talking about earlier, you said he felt, and a feeling is a thought, right? It's like it's a
Yes.
thought that evokes memories. It has so many things connected to it that it evokes almost another being, right? So
Yeah.
that's just great. It totally relates to what we're talking about. I love it. Excellent story. Nice, Sheila. Awesome. See, I knew there was a reason she came on the show.
Okay, so here's a fun one. Now, I don't know if it falls into ghost story or if it falls into religion. Okay, so when I was 14, my grandmother died. My grandmother was my guardian. She was my mother, my father, my everything. And when she died, I slipped into depression, and no one noticed. I don't know how they didn't notice. I guess they just weren't paying attention, because I started dressing in black. I started carving a pentagram into. I wanted people to stay away from me, so that was the goal. So I carved a pentagram, and I became that guy. You know, the guy who no one wants to be by. So I carved a pentagram, literally carved a pentagram in my hand, and I worshipped the devil. One day we're going. I didn't do anything to worship the devil. It's just, I carved the pentagram in my hand.
Right.
How much more do you need?
You created an intention. Yeah.
One day we're walking. I'm at this hotel because one of my friends had rented a room there. I'm there to go swimming in the pool while they've got the room. And okay, so here's where it could be religion. It could be a ghost story, because this hotel, a lot of people died at this hotel. There were people. It was downtown. People were murdered in it. People OD'd in it. If there was a place for ghosts, this hotel had ghosts. So all three of us are walking down this hallway, and we're all broker than a crack smoker, and we're complaining about being thirsty, and we pass this Coca-Cola machine, and I say, "Don't worry, Satan will provide for us." And I hit the button, and the machine just unloads. All the pop comes out of it.
Wow.
We end up getting like 20 cans of pop that we take out to the pool with
Soda
us.
from Satan.
Yeah, that makes sense. Satan's soda. Here, kiddies, drink the sugary drink. You don't need teeth. I love my Satan soda. So is it religion or is it a ghost? I have no idea, but it is certainly a weird damn story.
Yeah. You know what? I think it's I hate to keep
Kinda
bringing it back
my
to
ghost stealing my orange soda.
yeah. I keep bringing
Exactly.
it back to energy. I keep bringing it back to energy. It's all about energy, and there's no coincidences that we had two soda stories. So everything happens for a reason. I love it.
I did have this one story happen to me.
You know what? I hate to say it, but I just realized you guys can keep going. I have an event tomorrow that I've been working on all week, and I have to make sure I have all the clothes out, and I have so much to do. I didn't even mean to get wrapped up in this, but again, this is my happy place. I love these conversations. Doug, it was great to talk to you again.
Great to talk to you.
It's nice seeing you, Michael, and thank you for coming to save my show. I was trying to say
no, listen, anytime. I love it, and I will see you guys again soon. Enjoy the rest of the night. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you guys for coming on. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and all of that stuff.
Strange and wonderful. And if we reach to 100 subscribers, I'm gonna do a song.
That's right.
Making fart sounds with my hands.
Right. So subscribe and comment right now. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.
Bye-bye.
Nice night, Michael.
We're still going to be here. Okay, my story. This happened in 2020 when the whole COVID started happening and stuff. I went on a family vacation in Mississippi with my family. I was in the hotel room with my sister and everything. I was asleep, and then I felt someone petting my hair, and I was like,
Oh.
Maya, quit petting my hair. She's like, I'm not touching you.
Dun,
Fast
dun,
forward.
dun.
I was like, who the fuck is touching me? I thought it was like some Civil War ghost that had a hair fetish or something. And because I saw he stole my hairbrush, but now I found my hairbrush in my backpack. So fast forward, when I get home, I have all these little dolls and My Little Ponies on a little shelf. And they were all on the ground. Once I got in home, I'm like, and there was no one messing with them and everything. So
Dun, dun, dun.
apparently, I brought home a little girl ghost from Mississippi, and she's still around here somewhere. We tried to clean the house to get her out and everything, but so far we've been good. But yeah,
Damn.
I'm like, little girl, you need to get out of my house. You need to find another place. She's like, you got toys though.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I could add
I
like
hope-
My Little Ponies, little voodoo dolls, and everything.
Well, you know, I collect action figures and everything else.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, you said you had some stories about werewolves and stuff.
yeah. Here's a story about a werewolf that I was told by a girl named Kelly. I worked with her at KFC when I was 18 years old. We have these trails in Kansas City called the Santa Fe Trails, and she claimed to have been in the Santa Fe Trails one night, and she said the fog was so thick that you couldn't really see anything. Why was you in the trails if the fog was so thick you couldn't see anything anyway? But anyway, so she and her boyfriend are down in these trails, and they're deep in the trails, and they can hear something pacing them on the side, crunch, 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 and they pick up their pace and they're like, hey, let's get out of here and let's head back, and they do it fast, and it still follows them, crunch, 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 crunch. It's pacing them, but they can't see it because of the fog. They say we kept the faster it went, the faster they went, so the faster it went, so the faster, so a cycle there. So before long, they're running down these trails. And she said, this thing pops up in front of them, 8 feet tall with glowing yellow eyes. Her boyfriend, the thug that he was, pulls out his gun and unloads it. Blam, 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 blam. That was too many bullets for a 6-shooter. Blam, 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 blam. The thing falls. They jump over its corpse and run out. The next day, they go back there, and it's gone. Because it wasn't silver bullets he was using, of course. He just had regular bullets. So they ascertained that it had to have been a werewolf. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I never saw a werewolf in Santa Fe Trails. Anyone else in Kansas City see a werewolf in Santa Fe Trails? Call me if you do. I have a giant spider story too.
Oh, let me hear it. I want to hear it.
Okay, I was young. I was working at a hotel. I only worked at this hotel for one day because I quickly learned that I don't like hotel work. But in doing so, there was the guy who was training us told us that on our lunch break, he told us that he was a hunter, and he and his group of hunting buddies were out hunting. There was like 4 of them. And they come into this clearing, and in this clearing there's a copse of trees in the middle there, and so they decide to go in there and see if there's any game inside of there to chase out. And when they go in there, they start seeing this webbing everywhere, and the deeper in, the thicker the webbing gets, and then they're confronted by a giant spider. Its body was the size of a Volkswagen Bug. Dun dun dun.
Shit.
Yes. So the brave hunters opened fire. Pow, 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 pow. Blew it to smithereens. Killed the shit out of it. It was dead because they were the mighty hunters and it was prey. So I asked what any sane person would do. So what'd you take home for the trophy? You were a hunter. Did you take its head home? No, we just left it all there and got the hell out of there. You didn't take anything home. You didn't take a leg, a thing. You took nothing. Nope, we just got out of there. Okay, all right, brave hunter guy. So that's my giant spider story.
There's this urban legend. Well, it's kind of a legend around my parents and my grandma on my mom's side. I remember my grandma telling me one day while we were driving out into like the countryside, and she was telling me, oh, there was a woman that had sex with a dog, and she had like a human hybrid child, half
Wow.
dog, half man, and he was known as Dog Man. And my mom told me, yeah, like, oh, I seen him, and I was thinking like, oh, I want to see him. Never got to see him. But I still think my parents, I still think my mom and my grandma was fucking with me, but still, I was like, is there actually a dog man? I want to see this dog man. I want to see how horrifying this creature is.
There are lots of dogman legends out there. Lots of people say they see them and they're scared shitless by them because they feel a malevolence from them. I've never heard someone say, yeah, we played fetch. I saw the dog man. It was great. We played fetch. I scratched him behind his ear and he licked my face and just went home. Never heard that story.
I remember because my mom was saying that she saw him at the bus stop right by the lady's house that had sex with the dog, and the whole child was just there, just watching them.
Ah,
And I'm thinking, like, how is it possible for a human to have offspring with a different species?
give us enough time and genetic modification, and humans will figure it out.
Yeah. But still, I'm just like, no, bestiality. Bestiality is a no, don't do it. But still, I'm just like,
Yeah, bestiality is bad, okay? Okay, bestiality is bad, okay?
okay,
Okay.
don't do it. Might end up creating a dog man.
You want to hear my UFO story?
Yes.
All right. It was February 1986, the year of the comet, Halley's Comet. Everyone was excited. Every advertisement on TV was all about Halley's Comet. At that year, everything was about Halley's Comet. As a kid, I even stole a Halley's Comet car from the local Kmart because I was a poor kid, so I stole a lot of toys. And I still have that Comet car today. Don't come after me, Kmart. It's not worth it. Anyway,
Kmart went out of business.
there's still a couple of them. I think, but I think we're losing those too. So it's the year of the comet. I'm an excited kid. I'm out there. This is the year I get to see Halley's Comet. It's not going to be around for another 75 years. I'll probably be dead by the time it comes around again. So I know how important it is to see it this time. My friend Michael and I are outside, staring up into the sky. Now today I know a comet is a stationary object, and you can pretty much just look at it and it's just sitting there, and you can look at it and study it and whatever for hours on end if you want to, because it's just sitting there. I didn't know that as a kid. Me and my friends were looking for some damn thing streaking through the sky. And as soon as he went into the house, something did streak through the sky. It was big and it was orange. And if you've seen the movie Fire in the Sky, you probably haven't, but
I don't think I have.
It's a alien abduction story from this guy named Travis Walton. Supposedly it's a real alien abduction story, but the ship that they show in that looks like what went over me. That night, I didn't think it was a ship. I thought it was a flaming rock. I thought I saw Halley's Comet. Excuse me. When my friend came out of the house, I excitedly exclaimed, "Hey, you missed it, bro. Halley's Comet just flew by. It was so exciting. It was a lot closer to Earth than I thought it was going to be." And my cousin had told me that every time Halley's Comet passes the Earth, it gets closer and closer. And my cousin liked to terrorize. And one of these days, it was going to hit the Earth and destroy us all. And so I was shocked at how right he was and how close Halley's Comet was, because it just zipped over the house. And it just looked like a huge rock flying by. And now today, I know that once again, comets are just stationary objects in the sky. And this thing flew over from my house north to south. Now, I didn't live far from Whiteman Air Force Base, so it could have been something that they was working on, or something that was going to observe them, or whatever. That was the first. Actually, that was the second one I saw in that location. The first one I saw was back in 1984 on July 6th.
You okay, Doug?
Yes, I do a lot of drugs. Kidding. I'm kidding, kids. Don't do drugs. Drugs are bad. Okay, unless
it's from the pharmacy.
Unless they're legal. Bum. So it's 1986, and my grandmother and I just get home from the drive-in movies. The Michael Jackson concert is playing that night. That's how I know the exact date, because the Michael Jackson was in concert. We're back to Michael Jackson. See how we came around there again?
I know. Oh my goodness.
So Michael Jackson
visit me.
Michael Jackson was in concert.
I'm sorry.
That night.
Okay.
And we got home, and as soon as we got home, our house starts vibrating. It's not only our house that starts vibrating. I start vibrating. I can feel my teeth vibrating. I can feel my hair vibrating. I've never felt my hair or my teeth in my life. I could feel my fingernails vibrating. It was crazy. It was so crazy, in fact, I ran and I looked out the bedroom window, because whatever's vibrating in the house isn't inside the house, so it's got to be outside the house. So I run to my bedroom window and I look out the window, and when I look up, I see this huge black thing. It's blacker than the night sky. It's just like a void in the sky, because it's darker than the rest of the sky. And it's a rectangle, and it's about the size of 2 football fields sitting next to each other, from my perspective. And it was already past the tree line, so I only saw the back half of it, and it was just completely black, no lights or anything like that. And it just slowly went over the house, once again, north to south towards Whiteman Air Force Base. So this could have been a Whiteman Air Force Base Skunk Works plane, or it could have been something going to look at Whiteman Air Force Base. But the weirdness of it was that how I vibrated after it cleared the trees. I ran to my grandmother, who was still getting ready for bed. She was very old, so she didn't make it to the window in time to see it. And I told her that, it was gone, but my hair and my teeth, I could still feel my teeth. And I asked her if I would ever be able to feel this again, and she said, "Oh, it'll happen one day." It hasn't happened. I've never felt that sensation of feeling my hair come alive and my teeth and my fingernails come alive.
Ooh.
And yeah, it was crazy. So that was probably my wildest UFO experience. And I have one more that's also pretty wild, because it involves a plane crash. And there's a YouTube video of there's a YouTube video of it, of this object, of whatever it is, like 3 days before the air show. So there was an air show on the north. Okay, imagine a city on the north side of the city. There's an air show going on. I'm on the south side of the city. I can't see, I'm on the south side of the city, so I can't see the air show going on. And I'm looking towards downtown, towards the air show, and I see this glowing light come down on the south side of the city. I think it's part of the air show. I think it's skydivers. So the glowing light comes down, and then it just stops. I'm like, well, that's cool. And it splits into 3. And I think it ended up splitting again. I don't remember. It was just such an amazing sight to see this. First it's 1, then it's 3. I'm thinking, oh, it's still skydivers. Then they just let go and they're still falling and they've got flares or something. But then they went back up. And then they
Oh.
reformed right there, and then it disappeared. And when I looked up above me, and I was probably, I can tell you exactly where I was, 31st Street. So I was about 15, 20 blocks from downtown, about 20 blocks, 20 blocks from downtown. And I look up, and there's something above me, and it's like a diamond shape, and it's like a diamond shape, and you can see 4 other diamond shapes inside of it. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and it was just the craziest thing. And the only thing I can think of is the thing reformed over there and sped over here above me. Now here's where it also gets weird. Now I said there's a YouTube video. It's on my page somewhere that anyone can go look for it. It is on my page. I believe I even posted it on the MUFON network, the global MUFON page. It's over there. But the video shows exactly what I saw. This thing comes down, and the video was filmed 3 days before my sighting, 3 days before the air show. Now during the air show, they had an airplane accident. One of the planes crashed. So were they there to see the crash? Did they know the crash was going to happen? Who knows? But there was something else there. It was filmed 3 days earlier, and it was the same thing I saw. And there was a plane crash, all related to this air show. So that was a very interesting experience for me.
Wow.
Doop, 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 doop.
That's.
Plane crash?
I don't know what I would do if I saw that happening and everything. I think I'd probably be in shock.
Well, it's one of those things you just don't take your eyes off of. And this was before we had good cell phones with good cameras. So it would have been nice to have got. Well, actually, their cell phone, whatever cell phone that the other guy was using, got it. Let me put it this way: my cell phone wasn't good enough to get a video recording of it. Their cell phone did, and they put their shit on YouTube.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah, I was like, holy shit. That is just. I don't have no alien stories, but I would say I had this one paranormal story happen to me as a kid. My bed started shaking, and I told it to stop, and they just stopped.
Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah.
I've never.
I'm like, knock it off. I'm trying to sleep. And they like, fine then.
Yeah, I can never. Yeah. I probably scared off any ghosts or monsters with excessive masturbation as a child, if we're being honest. But
yeah, that guy's like, oh God, no. He's doing it again.
oh, fuck,
no!
Oh, he's doing it again. God, he's going to fucking break it off. Jesus Christ, kid. Quit touching it. I have one more weird story.
Oh, let's hear
And this isn't one of my weird stories. This is some asshole who I worked for who never paid me. I was 16 years old at the time, and I did deconstruction for this guy, which is tearing apart a house. Obviously, it was under the table work because I was 16 years old doing deconstruction work on a house. And what deconstruction work is you take the house apart in a way that you keep the boards, you keep as much material as you can, and then they take that material off and they build a new house with it or whatever. Mm-hmm. So my boss was a crazy old coot, and he told me that he was with Montana Search and Rescue, and I don't remember how many. He said X years. We'll just use X because it doesn't really fucking matter. So he says X years ago, I was in Montana Search and Rescue, and in the Montana mountains. On radar, we show something the size of 2 football fields going down and crashing in the Montana mountains. Well, they scramble us up there and send up a rescue team.
Are you okay, guys?
Potentially.
Meanwhile,
There.
I mean, I don't know how I can teleport bottled water to you.
Yes, please. Just pass it to the screen. Oh, thank you.
There you go.
So yeah, so he was in Montana search and rescue. Something goes down in the mountains, and he's sent up. They come up. They go over this clearing, and there it is, a giant spaceship the size of 2 football fields. And they go down, and when he gets down there, he performs a first aid on the most beautiful bronze-skinned girl you have ever seen in your life. First off, I've never seen any bronze-skinned girls because they don't exist on Earth. So I have no other bronze-skinned girls to compare them with. So the first one I saw would, yes, probably be the most beautiful. And she proceeded to tell him that out there is an intergalactic war going on, and in 5 years, Earth will be embroiled in it, and they're here to prepare us for the coming war. And then the government came and they took it all away from them and sent them and their teams away. I waited patiently for 5 years for my chance to kick intergalactic ass, and it never.
I mean, this probably was before my time because I wasn't born until the 90s.
Bragger. Oh, actually, it's not bragging because you missed the best era ever, the 80s. So
yes, I did.
Boom.
Man, I remember being the 80s in middle school.
What's that?
I was obsessed with the 80s in middle school. I had no.
The 80s was a.
I knew random facts about it. I listened to random bands. David Bowie, honestly. I watched all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies and stuff. I was just obsessed with that that timeline. I wouldn't say. Okay, yeah.
I agree with you. It was a fantastic decade, and everyone else agrees with you too. Because look at the toy lines that are in stores right now. Every toy line is an offshoot from the toys that we had back in the 80s. Yes, it's all about
yeah. And now my 90s is about to be nostalgia soon. Well, I think it's all it is. I don't know.
The 90s were pretty good too, but the 80s were just something different.
Yeah, they were timeless. They were original and everything. It just brought so much memories to me. And people were like, "When you wasn't even born in the 80s?" I know. I want to be.
Yeah,
I
right.
wanted to be a teenager in the 80s. And do bad stuff, but then again, I was too much of a goody two shoes.
Yeah, I was a goody two shoes too, but I still had fun in the 80s. Trust, it was a great decade.
Because I'd be dating all the weird goth kids and stuff. Hey, my friends. Now I'm just that. There was this one time I went to a David Bowie tribute concert. It was right after his death. It was a tribute concert. And me and my friend, and it was before I was working or anything, and me and my friend, well, I think I was working at another job at the time. Okay, anyway. Okay, me and my friend, we were in the parking lot and about to go to the concert, and she was lighting up a joint, and she's like, "Hey, you want some?" I'm like, I've never been high at a concert before, so why not? No. And everything was so trippy and everything. And I swear, I saw the old man David Bowie walk right past me, and I was like, Reagan, David Bowie's here. And she's like, go and get your ass over here.
I would have loved to have seen David Bowie in concert.
Oh yeah, me too. It was such a trippy concert. Because one, I was stoned on my mind and stuff because I saw myself on stage with the single singing to me, and I was like, "Am I seeing this right?"
Damn, you was high.
Yeah, and we sat in the balcony, and the whole time I was like, "Nah, I can't move because if I move, I'm gonna fly off. I can't." And Reagan's like, "Oh my God, Courtney, stop!" The whole time I was paranoid about the little old ladies that had a little flashlight that was little, I don't know what you call them, but they work for the theater. And the whole time I'm like, oh God, Reagan, they know. They know. They're gonna tell me to the cops. And Reagan's like, no, they're not, Courtney. Would you stop it? You're being weird. I remember one time when I was giving money for Park and I went like this, and Reagan's like, she's just special, y'all. She's just special. So they're like, oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, that was my story. That when I had a high experience David Bowie tribute concert, it was pretty amazing.
One last crazy theory before I go, because I do have to go. I got to get up early tomorrow to go to find out if I had cancer or not. So that's dun, dun, dun. I'm sure it's not. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure they would have called me before now. I got to come in.
Everybody, please send good vibes to him. Pray for him, please.
It'll be fine. But back to the David Bowie. David Bowie was in a movie called The Man Who Fell to Earth.
Mm-hmm.
It's a movie about this alien who falls to Earth, and he wants to go back home, but he's got to build a spaceship to get there. So he creates a tech company, and he becomes this tech giant until he has enough money to build everything he needs to get back off the planet. I'm pretty sure that's the true story of Elon Musk. Dun, dun, dun. Like,
I see it now. I mean, his face is weird. I mean, like I always say, like, why are your face weird? Are you an alien?
Right? Like, when are you going? When are you gonna go home? Oh, and on that, that's a good note too.
Yeah, and he ended up dating Grimes, and we all know Grimes is into that alien shit.
Yeah, she's boy, and they named their kid X372-447 whatever.
Yep.
So what the? All right. Yep. So I'm pretty sure if you've ever seen the movie, I'm pretty sure if you've ever seen the movie The Man Who Fell to Earth, I'm pretty sure that is the Elon Musk story. Elon, if you're out there, you see
he was even made. Yeah.
What's that?
I think that movie came out before he was even born.
Right, but that doesn't mean that he didn't have anything to do with it. I mean, maybe Elon's been here longer than we knew. Maybe he's one of these local people getting skins or something. Dun, dun, dun.
I mean, yeah, I could see it. And he hired David. Why wouldn't he hire David Bowie to play him? Like, okay, I want you to play me. David Bowie's like, okay. Well, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me again. It was super fun.
Thank you so much, and thank you for dealing with the technical difficulties and everything.
That sounds like it was on my side. So thank you for dealing with my technical issues.
And you're welcome, because I was like, I don't want to cancel and reschedule because I think we can do this, and we did, and I'm so happy. Thank you for coming on my show.
It was awesome.
Yes.
Anytime. I'd love to be back.
And every baby dad cannot talk today. So everybody, this is Douglas Elves. He is known for being in Clownado, Final Call, Dreaming Purple Neon, and Bonehill Road, which is all Todd Sheets films. And he will be featured in Castro's 4th installments of Toons, playing as Dr.Carnage. Check him out. He'll follow him. He's amazing. And send some good vibes and everything, because I want him to be well and good. Yes. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Let you go.
Have a great night, Courtney.
You too. I hope everything goes well.
I'm sure it will. Bye.
Bye. Have a good night.
You too.
Thank you. Bye. Okay, y'all. That was Douglas Elves. And he was a great story time teller. We told some great ghost stories. And thank you for coming on the show. Thank you. I cannot English today. But thank you for tuning in tonight on Strange and Wonderful. And next Wednesday, I'm going to be having the legendary Dragon Lady come on the show on Wednesday. She'll be showing all her skills and her fangs. See you next time on The Strange and Wonderful. Have a good night. I'm really sorry. Okay. Have a good night. Bye, y'all.
Paint the sky your favorite color.
Bye-bye.